it's kind of crazy how it came about because the way that we've been performing Jump is exactly how I envisioned it to be.
Right.
Before we even started performing and people were like fucking with it,
Right.
like it literally became what it was meant to be unintentionally. Like it just happened organically. From the moment that I heard the beat on BeatStars, I remember vividly saying, I want this to be like my biggest, most hyped song where I literally have like the crowd anticipating the drop and for everything to just like go crazy on that jump. And I envisioned like a huge stage with a huge crowd and me going like this. And like, bro, that's literally what's been happening at all these like smaller shows that we've been doing. But literally from the jump, no pun intended, I had this idea in mind of it just being a fucking grandiose big song. And I feel like it's our biggest song, like it's our most energetic. We
For
literally
sure.
It's definitely the most energetic song.
It's
we
the
like
most
yeah.
biggest.
We like literally end with
epic,
it.
Heaviest.
heaviest.
But
Yeah.
it didn't start off like that. That also became, it was organic. It didn't start off as a rock song. Jump started off as a hip hop song.
Right.
I heard the beat on BeatStars. I was like, oh, this is kind of like, it had kind of like it had a bounce that was like kind of LA, kind of like Bay Area, but also kind of like The Baby, where it was like, it had that certain energy of like that.
Oh, I hear it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hear it now.
So I was like, okay, this is going to be dope. This is going to sound good as a hip hop song. It's going to sound epic. And I was literally thinking of like, I don't know why, but I was thinking of Pilo for some reason. Like when I made the song, I was literally thinking of Pilo, and like if you listen to how I sound vocally, my like the way I project my voice and
What part?
how I'm quiet and I'm like, Jump, you could do it like this. I'm not like loud about my voice. It's actually
on the
really,
hip-hop version.
on the hip hop version. It's
Yeah.
actually really calm. So I thought of Pilo and I was like, I kind of sound like him right now. Let me just roll with it. Let me be calm, but let the song like be big.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was. And that's what it felt like. But as we performed the hip hop version, right? We started adding drums.
How many times did you do it? The hip hop version live. I don't even.
I don't think we
remember
ever did it live.
Oh,
You did do it live.
No, we never did the hip hop version live.
Yeah.
We always.
I could have sworn there was
Oh
one
wait,
video you
you're
posted
right.
on Instagram.
You're right. Yeah.
Mhm.
There was one time I did it alone without y'all, and it was so awkward. It was so awkward, cause it was just me on a small stage, and I mean, but I still was able to get everybody
Wait,
going.
you did the hip hop version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were there.
But-
He posted it a
But
while
it
ago on
wasn't a
his.
small stage. It was lit.
No,
It
small.
looked hella lit, bro.
And Zuko went up with you.
Yeah,
That was not. That was
it was.
lit,
A
looked
bro.
lit. It
no,
looked
it was a
turned up, bro.
small
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
That was lit.
But
I
okay,
remember.
regardless of the stage size, you still radiated the energy for it to go throughout the crowd, and it just
Yeah.
looked hype as hell too. You know, so
Yeah, and I got the crowd going, and I remember you were there, and I saw all of y'all, and the minute that song came on, specifically, was when something switched. Like,
Because people literally started jumping.
yeah,
I
literally,
remember,
literally
'Cause
before
I
I
was in the
even,
back watching everything happen, and it went crazy.
yeah,
like
like
talking about our
before,
performances.
No, for the hip
The
hop.
very
one.
actual,
the
very
very,
yeah,
like the very
Mhm.
first
Just
one.
that one alone was.
Yeah, that
people
one
were
was
lit.
crazy.
They were jumping, literally jumping.
They started going crazy before I even got to the hook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They were already feeling the
spikes broke
bounce. Yeah.
it's crazy.
yeah.
At the riots.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the first and only time I performed the original version. After that, you and I, all of us, we had that small venue at Cocina Filipina.
That was the
Oh,
first time
that's
we did it.
right.
That was the
yeah,
first time
bro,
we did
yeah.
it like rock version.
That was good.
Literally threw that together. That was all pieced so randomly
Yeah.
too. You know.
Something about the pocket of it sounds so rock too. Like
I feel like the development of that song just progressively happened as we were performing it more and more. You know what I mean? There was
Facts.
never really a time that we stayed in the studio and like thought like this would sound dope, this would sound dope, this would sound dope. Like if anything, like when it got time to recording it, it just literally was how we were performing it live already. Plus
Yeah.
this and that here and there, you know?
Yeah.
facts.
You know what I mean?
I feel like
Damn.
also us performing was our practice for
I
the
was gonna
actual
say,
recording.
basically,
bro, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we were doing until we like tried it out at a few shows, and they were like, I think this is what the people like, and this is what sounds good.
Mhm.
Let's record this.
But I want to ask you, Marvs, because you pretty much saw, on the production side, you saw it go from the hip hop version to the rock version, and obviously we know that you like the rock version more. But when were you like, all right, the rock version, that's it, this is the one? Was it when we performed? And
Yeah,
you,
it was
and
from
you
when
felt
we
it?
performed. Yeah,
Yeah, because I remember.
because
From
me
what-
personally, just being honest, like the hip hop version always sounded cool.
Yeah.
It never was like, oh, like this is it right here. But it was more like, oh, this is a cool song. And when it went rock, it went to like musically it sounded rock, but the lyrics and the way you did it didn't sound rock.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sounded cool because it was different. 'Cause
Yeah.
it wasn't rock.
Speaking of lyrics, fun fact, I didn't write this. It's not my song. No, I'm just kidding. No. So I didn't write.
That's crazy.
I wrote some of it, but I also had the help of our executive producer J26. Shout out J26. He helped write. What was it? I think it was the second verse.
Every part that's good,
Every part that's good, pretty
That's
much. He wrote.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
like the hook,
like when the song.
I didn't even.
ends.
None of this is mine. Like this is all Jay's.
That makes sense, bro. When we were performing it live, the one time he was actually in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does he know the lyrics already?
That's
Oh
the
wait,
second
fucking
verse.
producing.
But you saw how we
And
kind of.
he knows
Yo.
it.
I straight. All right, all jokes aside. So Jay helped like with a lot of the song and writing it, right? But when we performed it and I saw him in the crowd, I strategically knew, okay, this motherfucker knows the song, obviously. So I knew we need some crowd engagement, right? For like good footage.
Yeah.
So I went up to him knowing that he
did
would
it.
knowing he knows the song.
Yeah.
Knowing that he would know the song.
See, that was smart, bro.
So when he executed and knew every word, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And it just made the rest of the performance go crazy.
that honestly
Yeah, I
did, bro.
did-
That lit
I
up
did
so
it.
much, bro. That lit up
That was
so
cool.
much, yeah. That was probably our best
Yeah.
jump performance.
But like
hands down.
from the outside in, people don't know that we know each other.
Yeah.
So it
That
just
is
looks
true, yeah.
like it just looks like another just audience member, but we know what really happened. But what I'm saying
He
is like
was an audience member.
Bro, I know, but
he really was. He was not part of the show. I didn't
bro was an
know that
unpaid
happening.
actor.
Thanks. That's funny as heck. No, but yeah, it was the minute he like said every single word when I gave him the mic. Oh man, dude, I was like, yo, the rest of this
Yo.
show is gonna go
Man.
crazy. And then what? We had an encore after.
Of the
One of
same
the
song,
shows.
bro. And it's still,
Oh, it
the,
was that
the
night.
energy's
Yeah.
still fucking
Yeah,
kept
that
up
night
too,
was,
bro,
that night
yeah.
was crazy. When was this? Like November, October?
That was no...
Was it before? Was it before or after I came to the Philippines?
Before?
This was before I started Horror Nights, bro.
So
Shut up.
when I got back.
So September. It was in
Oh, I
September.
see.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to I
was
think
fun.
Ash, your wife. Shout out Ash. She started the encore. So thank you,
sure you
Ash.
did.
If it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't have had an encore and a
But no,
an
that-
amazing
that-
performance.
That helped out in like a lot more ways deeper than that, because now we had the encore chant. And okay, we're like, okay, what song do we play next? We didn't even know.
We
bro.
didn't know what
We're like,
song
fuck
to
it, let's
play.
I
play
kept
Jump, bro.
screaming, jump again,
Just-
jump.
And
But
we
at
ended up
least we
just-
know that we're like, okay, now we can start thinking about like different scenarios where that may happen, so we don't have to play the same song. Too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at least we have that.
Which is
No,
why at the
more
next
built up,
show
you know?
we
We're
ended
gonna
up
play Jump.
performing. At the next show, because we wanted to be prepared for an encore, we ended up doing a cover for another song.
Oh.
Yeah.
For
But
was
Alien
super
F1.
for the
Yeah,
for like the
yeah.
people that don't know, we've performed Jump probably 1, 2,
every time.
3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 times,
At least 5.
and
Yeah.
literally each time, that's the song that gets the crowd
It does for sure.
going.
Gets the crowd going.
Yeah,
It's a complete dynamic change from everything else we play too. You
yeah.
figure
Because everything else we do
that's-
is pop punk, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and then it just gets into some crazy hardcore,
just goes
heavy,
heavy.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it does. It's a heavy song.
It's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
think what's cool is that vocally, at least when I performed it, I wasn't. It was cool because like I come from R&B, but also like pop, singing. When we mixed the heaviness with my vocal, it was all. That's kind of what like I feel drew people to come in because it wasn't too heavy to like scare them away, but it was also still welcoming because it's like his voice is like kind of like not
But that's what I was saying. It's also the
there's
lyrics and the approach.
Yeah,
It's not-
exactly.
it's
The
not
approach, that's what it
heavy.
is.
Yeah.
You're not
The
doing no
approach.
screamo or
There's
nothing.
also just a
Yeah.
certain groove to it too that gets
Yeah.
people to bounce to. It's not
Yeah.
like if it's heavy and you're screaming the whole entire time.
Mhm.
It's not like very technical of a song. Like
Yeah.
people could just turn the fuck up to it, the entire time. Too,
True.
So.
And dancers, I feel like too, because that at that one market that we performed at, where it was
Dancers
just you
were
and
literally
me,
going off. Yeah,
there
yeah,
were
yeah.
dancers literally dancing to this
Mhm.
song, and I was like, oh dang.
It just has a bounce to it, bro. And I think
Yeah.
that the mixture of how we were able to bring that hip hop song all the way up until the song that it is now, like we were able to maintain that bounce. You know what I mean,
Mhm.
too. So I think that's super dope.
There's just like a magic with this song that organically happened. That's why I love it so much, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm excited to finally release it. It's like what we've been holding on to the song for how long?
A while now. Yeah.
What,
I
like
don't know.
a year and a half maybe?
I know originally that what was spoken about it
2
was
years.
It was so we wanted to drop it during like around Halloween time.
Yeah,
I remember that was the first
Oh.
initial time. Yeah.
right.
Halloween
and then-
2017.
yeah.
It's crazy. But I think what's cool about this song too is just the fact that it's so simple. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like when it comes to like the guitar
really
parts or
is.
anything, like it's not anything technical, bro.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
just a
simple and
fun, heavy
effective,
song.
bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's
I think that's why it's so
Yeah.
fun to play too, is because we can bring out so much of our energy out of our performance rather than like really focusing on how to perform the song. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I think a lot of the energy just comes from the ease of being able to play.
Isn't that
it,
so
you know?
weird? Like less is more, cause like on some of these
Oh,
other
no, it's true,
songs, on some of these other songs, like I'm not gonna lie, I be trying to do too much, but something about jump where I'm literally just saying jump, it's one word. That's what people are drawn to more. I find that so interesting.
That's the lyrical motif.
Yeah,
Well, it's the course. It's what everybody's supposed to follow.
Yeah.
What they can easily remember.
also I think
You want to put trampolines on stage next time?
yes,
I think that'd be cool.
And hello ramps.
I think that'd be
and everything,
dope. You know, just have
Yeah,
all
Tony
of us
Hawk,
on
like-
trampolines.
That'd be sick.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, bro, you can just not jumping over it and shit.
I think with in the hook where I'm literally like saying jump on is it the one?
Mm-hmm.
I tested 2 versions when I was recording it, and it was either going after the one
Mm-hmm.
or doing it on the one.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the decision to do it on the one because it just felt more, it felt bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure it's-
I imagined that on the stage, but like
Mm-hmm.
that's like I don't know shit about like music theory, like
But it felt right.
but it felt right. So
Right, yeah,
that's where I knew like, okay, we need to do it on the one. And
Mhm.
it took me so long to get it right because you know how like sometimes I don't record or track with a metronome, so I didn't know when that one was coming. But when I found that pocket and I set it at the right time, I think that's when I knew it was okay. This feels good. This is how we're gonna keep it. Let's keep it like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Are there any other things we should talk about?
Jaimar.
Everybody individually, like,
Yeah.
what do you like better, the rock version or the rap version?
Oh, that's a good one.
You gotta-
Individually.
Yeah, just
All
I
right.
just want to get that like real quick.
On your
Okay.
mark, get set, go.
okay, I feel like I have a biased opinion purely because my foundation comes from heavy metal, thrash
Yeah.
metal, new metal, rock. I'm gonna go with the rock version because I gravitate towards that a lot more. And
Yeah.
I'm able to perform that a lot more. Like it's just more relatable, you know what I mean? So I'd have to go with the rock version to be honest.
Okay. I think for me, if I had to pick the rock version or the hip hop version for Jump, I'm gonna go with you too, bro. I'm gonna say the rock version because I don't know. I listen to the rock version more than I do the original version.
Yeah.
And although it's like it's heavier than everything else we've ever done, I love listening to it. I listen to it in the gym to do a little test, you know, to see like how it goes. And yeah, man, I could play that every time I work out, to be honest. But yeah, the rock version for me.
Yeah, rock because
Duh.
because I play the drums. It's an easy one. It was fun.
Yeah.
It is a really fun song too.
It's
and
the first time we get to put a little double pedal in there.
Yeah.
True.
So-
True.
That's the cool thing I like about how this came out too is like I just let y'all do your thing.
Yeah.
I was just
Also,
like,
the rock version is better because the hip hop version I didn't produce it, so it's an automatic.
yeah.
Automatic.
Wait, so if you like the rock version, so you probably don't like the John Cena version.
Next question.
What happened?
That was sad.
Oh shit.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with this
You guys
too.
have
Is there anything
anything
else we should say? I feel like
Release date or anything? All right.
Nah.
drop.
anything else?
Oh,
Well-
drop is never jumping. I mean, jump is never dropping.
Jump is never jumping. That's
True.
right.
I don't think we should ever. I think with that being said, guys, I don't think we should drop this song.
Yeah, I think we should just cut it. It's a terrible song, anyways.